shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a Renaissance starter. My mind divine, this take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining.
First opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Detroit Lions and the Indianapolis Colts. Turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From his end zone, Travis Homer.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
After the interception, here's Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and it comes first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do?
Rocky.
Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, They're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves if we're going to have that kind of a reference. They've got to get it together and start playing.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he will be taken down, but there is a penalty marker on the field, and it's in the backfield. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll try the left side with Connor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Out of the end zone with it is Homer. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Offense ready to kick off their next drive.
But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to it behind the line of scrimmage. Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there. On play action, Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown!
Isaiah Likely, 31 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Out of the end zone with it is Homer. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks, and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football. And that's worked for the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense draws.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Here's Fields now on second down.
He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. And what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Lions, nothing.
Offense at the line and set to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Rice. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The Colts had 7-4 on the year. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Complete to Likely on the out route. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 23. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Yeah, this one incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, maybe that's the spark that they needed here, Charles. Trailing, but a big block. We'll see if that swings the momentum a bit.
You mentioned the word spark. I'm just wondering, as they went off the field and the offense was coming out, did one of those special teams members say, hey, obviously we haven't given up on this one. We've given you a little bit of a spark. What are you going to do with it?
They begin this drive with Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Fields now to throw. Open man is Noah Brown. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Fields. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
But they'll throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack it back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Here's Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Out of the end zone with it is Homer. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Fields. And my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner puts it off. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Out of the end zone with it is Homer. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Here we go. Set.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They never went crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the left side. It's Rice, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run forward with counter. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 32. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
They run the counter. Rice. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They run behind center with Connor. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on third down, Fields. He's going to try and go deep again. That's caught inside the 20.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Noah Fant, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is down to 24.
Lions 7. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On third down, Wilson. He wants it all for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And now comes the field goal unit on. And boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Colts send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Fields on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here is another interception. Picked by Tavarius Moore. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines,
he rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead. Looking left sideline, incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyquan Thornton, 84 yards. And the Colts are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage. Myers connects on the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Out of the end zone with it is Homer. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, You're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields throw complete here to Ayuk. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. They go play action now. Wilson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Lions on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And here we go on 4th down, Fields. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Noah Brown from 19 yards away. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this one is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
He's going to go up top again. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Up the middle they go. It's Rice. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they open the lead down to 25. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Out of the end zone with it is Homer. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch.
And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they take a knee. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll indeed take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is of all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Colts, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Lions, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.